my friends got me like giga addicted to World of Warcraft. Just try it out. And I was like, I don't want to play with you guys, you orc bitch.
I bet you went to your buddy's house and played WoW for the first time. It's like hour 49, and he's over your shoulder. He goes, "Who's the orc now, huh? You love it, don't you?"
I remember that fight. You kind of almost threw him up, caught him with his arm and into an armbar, like midair. We all lost our collective. We were like hugging. We were like, oh my God, I can't believe what he just did.
There's different levels of WoW players, right? There's the hardcore PvPers who are 2v2s, 3v3s. Then you have the guy who collects everything. When I was playing WoW and I asked them, I was like, is Asmongold good? They're like, no, he sucks. Like,
oh, it's 15 time world champion Demetrious Johnson. You're listening to the MIGHTYCAST.
What's going on, guys? This episode of the MIGHTYCAST is sponsored by PrizePicks. Now, PrizePicks is a daily fantasy sports game played directly from your phone. It's very simple. Get on your phone, go to the App Store, download PrizePicks. When you do that, use my promo code MIGHTYCAST. Cool promotion going on right now. You play $5 in your lineup and you get $50 into your next lineup. Now, guys, it's very simple. It's more or less. And the NFL season is going on right now. If you think this quarterback is going to throw more than this many yards, or 250 yards, you're going to go with more. Or if you think this quarterback is going to be able to get his game off, the defense is just too strong, then you're better off going with less. Just lock in your picks at the right place, which is PrizePicks. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring this episode of the MIGHTYCAST. I hope you guys enjoyed this chat with my good friend Towelliee. What's going on, boys? Welcome back to another episode of the MIGHTYCAST. And like I tell you guys, mixed martial arts is a little bit of my passion, but one of my biggest passions before I got into mixed martial arts was gaming. And please help me welcome in the one and only legendary Towelliee. Towelliee, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. How's everything with you, bro? It's been a long time, man.
It's been a long time. I think the last time we saw each other was at BlizzCon, and I don't even think they have BlizzCon anymore.
No, they don't. They have No, next one is next year, 2026, September. But yeah, it's been like 3 years since we've had one.
Yeah, it's crazy because I felt like BlizzCon was such a big thing. It always announced a new World of Warcraft, and it'll announce what's going on with Overwatch, or announce what's going on with Diablo. It's kind of crazy to think that I feel like Blizzard is the only gaming studio that has like legit 4 games under its umbrella. Like, they don't deviate from those games whatsoever, and those games have been Diablo 2. I mean, Diablo storyline's been going on for maybe the early 90s, right?
Early I never even played the first ones. I've never played Diablo 1 or 2 or any of those. So
yeah,
I even before my time.
Yeah, I played Diablo 1 when I was, I think, 9 years old, but they never deviate. They never deviate from those games. They continue to keep making different stories in World of Warcraft, Diablo. Overwatch is probably their newest title. Then you have Heroes of the Storm. And other than that, am I missing something on their the roster that they have for video games?
No, that's about it. I mean, they had Warcraft Rumble, but they just kind of canceled that project. I mean, you're right. I mean, it seems like they're always coming out with they do come out with new little projects, but they don't really live up to like the standards of like Diablo, Overwatch, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, or any of those titles, right? That's like their bread and butter. It's like when you're watching like a Nintendo Direct like they had earlier today, right? Like, what are they going to release? You know what they're going to release. It's
Mario.
Gonna be like Mario, Zelda, Metroid. Hey, here's a remake of Mario Party, of a remake that happened on Nintendo 64, of another remake that happened. And here's the 4th remake for you on the new system. And you're just like, all right, yeah, whatever. You kind of know what to expect, right? So when you go to a BlizzCon, yeah, you're right. You know what you're going to get. But yeah, we haven't had one in a minute, and we're about to have one next year, and hopefully it's going to be big. Maybe they announced something new. They did have like a survival game that they were going to launch, but then they scrapped that project too. So I don't know. They seems like they scrap a lot of projects that people are excited for, but at the same time, I think they know what the people want. Like, yeah,
give us a new. Man, it's so hard. The thing is, for when I'm jumping all over the place, I want tell people I know what you do for a living, but tell the fans what you do for a living. How did you get into streaming? How did you get into World of Warcraft? Because that's your main game, right? We had Summit. Summit on here. Summit, he plays all types of game, but his main game is always first-person shooter, CS:GO. For you, it's a little bit different. It's very hard to be, I feel when you look at the span of streaming and streaming in RPG, not RPGs, but MMOs, it's very hard to keep a consistent audience in that realm because the game is just, I mean, the best version of WoW was Burning Crusade. Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King. I don't know why. The Sunwell, Kel'Thas, Lady Vosh, Illidan, Arthas. I mean, it was just, God. But go ahead. The floor is yours. Let people know what you do.
Well, I mean, I stream on twitch.tv. I'm a content creator, and I mainly play World of Warcraft. I've been doing it now. I just turned 15 on Twitch 2 months ago. So it's been about a decade and a half going back since Justin TV. And then before that, it was like Xfire was a different website that was around that we all streamed on a little bit. But I mean, I've been playing WoW since the start. Before that, I was actually a competitive FPS player for like Half-Life for like years until my friends got me like giga addicted to World of Warcraft. You know, just try it out. And I was like, I don't want to play with you guys, you orc bitches with your
orc bitches.
That's what I was talking about. Like, look, man, you orc bitches, with little elf ear people and shit. I don't want to play that garbage, man. And my friend's like, just come over to my house, try it out, bro. See how it is. So I went over to my boy's house and he let me play, bro. I didn't leave his house for like 72 hours.
Damn.
Like I just got hooked, man. And like the whole idea of just like getting better and leveling and getting better gear. And you see like nowadays when you play WoW, if you played recently, man, they just throw purples at you. They just throw epics at you. Gear is like back in the day, you had like a gray item, you got a green. It was like the best.
Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. We got a green item.
Yeah, we got a one-handed sword plus one strength. Let's fucking go. You know, everyone was kind of crazy about it. And since then, I just got addicted to it, man. I got addicted to playing, and then I just started tanking in there. And I don't know. I think like what led from World of Warcraft to like where I like to streaming was a little weird because I knew that there was like content creators, like, you know, I was watching like Swifty and a bunch of other creators, and I'm like, oh, maybe I could try this out. And I think my first ever video I made was our kill of heroic Arthas in Wrath of the Lich King, which was a really big deal to kill him on heroic. He was a really hard boss at the time.
Yeah.
And then I didn't even talk in a video. I literally just wanted to know that I could record a video, and then I played the whole video. I played Eminem Till I Collapse as a background music. So and that's it. And then people just, you know, said, "Hey, great video, love you tanking. You think about talking more?" So then I just started making more videos of me like just yapping, and then I started saying, "Hey, make some guide videos. Let me show people how to do this, how to do that." And then I went from YouTube, worked with a company called TGN, and that was great. I mean, we didn't even make money. I was just working for free. This is before like YouTube was being heavily monetized or anything like that. And then and that's when the streaming started, man. Then like Xfire, Justin TV, when it came around, and then I think my mentality was, you know, like, why do I got to spend like 6, 7, 8 hours a day editing all these videos when I could just do all that just live and just show everyone how to do it like in real time? And then just interacting with people and getting that community build up to what we have today, 15 years later, you know? And, you know, and I'm blessed, bro, to still be around 15 years later and be like semi-relevant still, you know, and be known as like someone that you can go to and watch like any kind of World of Warcraft content. But I mean, it's been a long journey, and it's been like, you know, you got your ups, you got your downs, you know, Twitch is like a competitive environment at all times. You know, you got your friends, you know, but you know, at the same time, you know, your friends are also people that you're competing with at the same time. It's kind of weird. But it's been a really great journey, and I'm blessed to be a part of it and have a lot of people support. And I get to meet wonderful people. You know, I got to meet you a long time ago, and that was great. And you're a great guy. So, you know,
I bet you went to your buddy's house and played WoW for the first time. You're there for like it's like hour 49, and he's over your shoulder. He goes, "Who's the orc bitch now, huh? You love it, don't you?"
Want me to wear some big ears for you, big boy? I got you.
Well, I just feel, you know, it's funny because I never forget the first time I got introduced to World of Warcraft. You know, I was training and my buddy was like, "Dude, you got to try this game." It's right when Burning Crusade came out. And I was like, man, you know, I was more into Street Fighter. I wasn't really big in MMOs. I was big in RPG because, you know, grew up playing Super Mario RPG and playing other games that were really big, like Final Fantasy 7, X, 11, all that stuff. But he was like, dog, but this one, you're playing with a lot of people, like all around the world. And I never forget going into Electronic Boutique. And that's when you used to buy the disc with
Electronics Boutique.
With the stream key, you have the code. And I remember just seeing Illidan fucking shredded in the front. No, you had Blood Elf with the Drain Eye. And then you open up, you had Illidan just sitting there fucking shredded with the, the Warglaives. And I was like, all right, I'm interested. And I remember playing it. And like you said, when you got a green, when you do a quest, you get a green. And it's like +1 of strength. I'm like, this is amazing. And then now when you look at WoW, it's like, it's not even the same game. It's, I try to play World of Warcraft Classic. And the thing that I loved about it was like, in the very beginning, I was playing Undead. And before you get to the Undercity, you have a mission, a quest. And I never forget, everybody was lined up in a queue to kill one fucking boss because it was like a 10-minute span, a respawn time. Like, that's the thing I love about the beginning of WoW, to where you look at it now, it's like, you're saying they're throwing purples at you, they're throwing this at you, and I was like, damn, can they get back to that original? Do you think they could ever get back to that old school class where it's like, hey, you know what? If you want to get, a Mongoose enchant on your blade, you got to keep killing Morose, I don't know, 30 times, and you only can do it once a week. Like, do you think they'll ever get back to that point?
No. That I think we're at a point where, like, they have retail, and now, I mean, you could right now play 5 different versions of Classic. It's kind of crazy. So I think retail will just be what it is. It's always going to be like very gear oriented, power oriented, meta oriented, like Warcraft logs, details, meters, all that stuff, right? Like that's what WoW kind of is. And there is like that huge, and that's like the 1 to 5%. There are other 95%, they're out there going back to previous expansions, collecting mounts, pets, toys, casuals. Now they have like, there's like 4 different raid difficulties, 4 or 5 different dungeon difficulties.
Damn.
But yeah, it's wild right now, man. Like for me, like when I got to prepare for like to do for Mythic Raid, you literally have to do like normal mode, get your gear from normal, and then you get the same week you got to do heroic, get your gear from heroic. Then that's all to get ready for Mythic. But you got to do that like in 2 separate groups or sometimes 3. It's called splits. Like if you ever watched the Race to World First with Liquid or Echo, like those guys do like over 120 splits where each of their players each have 16 characters, and all 16 characters all have to be geared up. It's some wild shit, bro. Like, wow. Like we do it in our guild, but we do it with like 3 characters, so we're not on that level, but it's becoming way more competitive, way more meta. But there still is like the World of Warcraft part to it. Like people are out there, building communities, communicating. They got housing coming out now, which is going to be absolutely wild. Like 20 years later, now we finally get housing. But I always tell people, if you want to experience like what the OG version of WoW was like, always play the classics, because classic is definitely like such a chill vibe. Like I'll always, every now and then, if I'm done with retail, I'll jump on classic, level to like 40, get my mount, and then I'm happy. I'm like, oh, that's nostalgia for me. I got that feeling back.
But I think what takes away from the essence of going back to playing classic is, not everybody is there, right? It's almost like, it ends there, right? It's like, I never forget playing Alterac Valley, just the 40 versus 40, trying to kill. It's just, it's almost like when you watch Predator, the franchise Predator. At the beginning of it, you had Arnold, then you had, Danny Glover, Predator 2, and then you get, Alien vs. Predator. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? And then it goes Alien Predator Requiem. It's like, can we get back to like the original? And then now they're starting to get back to, they had Prey, which was amazing. They're going back to the beginning. And now when I try to play WoW, I'm like, I'm already level 110, and I'm like, the stat squish and all stuff. I was like, fuck, man. I think the last time I played WoW was Shadowlands. And when I played,
terrible.
I was just like, where's Sargeras? Where's I just felt like Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King was just such peak World of Warcraft, and then now I just can't. Like, I saw the new one that's coming out. I think it's called Night, World of Warcraft Midnight, and I'm like, who's this bitch? What is she? Where's Thrall? I'm so far removed, but I think after these 2 expansions, they're going to be World of Warcraft 2, correct?
No. That's my channel every day, bro. I think I actually, no bullshit, bro. We have the term WoW 2 filtered out of my channel.
Wow.
For 15 years, that's all. Because I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, this is like a saga they're doing, right? And everyone's thinking, oh, after the saga's over, it's going to be WoW 2. I mean, it kind of could be, I guess, in a way, like when the world changes. But I mean, we've had the world change already in the game like 3 different times. Like Cataclysm happened, Legion happened, and now we're doing this saga. So, I mean, sure, there might be a time where like the game might maybe they'll upgrade the engine or something, but I don't think we'll ever start from like level 1 with no gear or nothing, because I don't think they'll ever take away people's like 15, 20, 12 years of progression and just say, that's got to stop.
What's going on, guys? This episode of the MIGHTYCAST is sponsored by First Form. Right here is a First Form Whey Protein Level 1. I would take this after I get done training. The whey protein is top notch. The best way to describe how they process their protein, I always think of it of a chicken in a crock pot. When you cook it very nice and slow, it is able to be absorbed by the body. It's not burnt, it's not overdone. That's what they do with the whey protein. When they cook it, it is cooked very slow, and they're able to package it in this beautiful container. And then also I have the creatine. If you guys don't know much about creatine, creatine is one of the most studied supplement on the market. The best way to describe what creatine does for you, it basically gives your muscle, it forces your body to put more water inside your muscle, so that way you're able to work out longer, and the recovery is absolutely important as well. So when I get up from a long day of training, I'll take a scoop of this and a scoop of the creatine, shake that bad boy up, and bottles up. You guys can upgrade your creatine and your protein. All you gotta do is go to firstform.com/mightycast, and that's gonna get you guys hooked up. And anything over $100, if you're purchasing something that's over $100, it is free shipping. And there's a 30-day try period. If you guys don't like it within the 30-day, you'll get a 100% refund back. But I guarantee you guys are gonna love First Form, because I love it, and I've been a First Form athlete for 2 years. Shout out to First Form for sponsoring this episode of MIGHTYCAST. Now, let us get back to our guest. But, but I feel like they are, I feel like they kind of already do that when they drop a new expansion. It's like all the gear you had, is all obsolete. It doesn't mean shit anymore. It's
absolutely. I mean, I mean more like achievements, like your mounts and your mogs and all the stuff that you've prestigiously done over the years, like your feats of strength and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, at this point, man, like with the way everyone talks about WoW 2, and I've been hearing, like I said, for 15 years, I hope it just comes out just so I don't have to hear about it. Like, I hope WoW 2 comes out. I hope that bitch comes out on console. I hope it comes out on Xbox, so everyone can just shut up about it and just let it be, bro. I'll rock on a controller, bro. I don't care.
My bad. I didn't know you were getting it all fucking day, every day for the last, long time. I apologize.
You're good. You're good. I'm just saying, like, in general, like this, I think at this point, it's happened so much when I just hear the word WoW 2, like my eye just starts to twitch and shit. And I just I start to spaz out. I'm like, oh my God. But you know what? Like, for any, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I'm about to say, but for anyone that's like hasn't played WoW in a long time and isn't happy with current WoW, yeah, I mean, I'd be begging for WoW 2 as well, because but right now it's basically just we got another like 3-4 years of this saga left, and then now they're working on like Classic Plus right now. So
Classic
Plus. That's like, yeah. We'll say again?
Classic Plus. What's that?
Yeah. I don't know they don't know. The community doesn't even know what it is. I guess what they want is like right now there's this big thing, like Blizzard just sent out a bunch of cease and desist letters and lawsuits to private servers. Ooh. And private servers are private servers are like kind of like, they're like illegal servers that use Blizzard's files and all that shit. And basically I think they want to do what those servers, because those servers are doing some crazy cool stuff. They're like, so imagine like you're playing in vanilla, right? And you're in Elwyn Forest. Instead of just having like the Goldshire area be a hub, all of a sudden on that road down, that maybe that building to the left, now that's a new quest hub. When you go into a dungeon, maybe there's more raid bosses. There's time and daytime cycles where some bosses and rares come out at night, some come out in the day. Like, they've actually done really good work in the private scene, but now Blizzard, or technically Microsoft, because they own everything now, they're suing those people, and I think they're suing them because Blizzard wants to use their idea and they don't want anyone to compete against them with it. But that's what Classic Plus is. It's basically keeping the the origins of World of Warcraft, but adding more content to that 1 through 60 experience, and people want that. Plus, obviously, quality of life, because that's what they've always wanted. But yeah, that's the next big thing people are waiting for is Classic Plus.
Gotcha. It almost kind of seems like Roblox, because I feel like Roblox, you could basically create anything you want, and my kids play it, and sometimes they're like, "Oh, I'm playing this version of this game." I was like, "Well, that didn't happen in that game," but it was like, yeah, but they kind of take that same concept of the game and they just add more to it. That way you can experience it a lot more than what you would get if you played the original game. So I don't understand why they do that, because I think it's Final Fantasy, not 14, but there's another one. I think it's Final Fantasy 11 that they still have servers open, and like they don't like sue them, because people still enjoy playing that game. That was like, I think, Final Fantasy's first MMO. So I'm shocked that Blizzard would do that. It's like, dude, if you guys don't want to touch Classic, then let these guys do it. It's not like they're making any monetary gain off it, right? It's just keeping them from playing, the other ones.
No, that's the problem. They are making money off of it. That's why.
Shit.
Yeah, bro. See, well, like, I don't know. Do you remember hearing about Nostalrius, like the old issue that happened? Like, this was back during Legion. Like, Nostalrius was the original big private server. All the streamers, it was actually the streamers' fault why it got shut down, in my opinion. Streamers were like, "Oh, everyone come check out this private server." And us as streamers, we can't stream that. We're not allowed to. Blizzard won't let us. We'll get banned on Twitch if we do that. So Blizzard went, shut them down, and that kind of created like this big like revolution of we need a version of Classic, and that's how Classic came to be. But those servers back then weren't taking monetary, like they didn't have these servers now, they got pure shops. Like, here's a pet that you can give us $50 for, and this pet acts as an auction house. This pet acts as an armorer. So people are, I mean, these guys are making like maybe 6 figures, maybe 7. I mean, they've been doing this for years now. So I think Blizzard's just kind of, or Microsoft, Activision, Blizzard, all of them, they're probably just kind of tired of them, making money off of their IP without their permission, or just doing it randomly.
That makes sense.
So I mean, but they're making that money, bro. And these guys aren't located in exact locations where maybe some laws apply to them. Some dudes are in like Romania, some are in Russia, but the servers are located in places where Blizzard can shut them down. So, that's a big drama thing right now. But yeah, everyone. That's what usually happens when people are upset with Classic and WoW, like the actual WoW right now. They go play on their private servers, and then Blizzard has to react to it, and then Blizzard has to come out with what is going to be Classic Plus, and then they're basically going to inherit all those private server players that no longer have a server to play on.
Gotcha. Damn, I didn't know that's going on. Like, I've heard about those servers, but I never realized that they're actually making money off it. And I mean, it makes sense. Like, you don't want a good thing to change, because a lot of people, like, that's why I haven't came back to WoW, because I do miss that old school, like, grinding. And there's not another game out there that kind of gives you that first time experience. New World came out. That was a shit show. I mean, at the beginning, I loved it, but it was like, just the combat itself was like, and then chopping down the wood, and then fishing, and then the I guess it was like the boss, like the dungeons and the boss just wasn't exciting. I'm just like, this is like, it's just crazy how nobody's been able to recreate. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 at Realm Reborn, that was amazing. The expansion, but once they started fighting goblins, I was like, I'm out. I was like, fuck these goblins. I'm done. Like, what was it? Was that Heaven's Ward? I think that was Heaven's Ward, wasn't it? Where they had the dragoons were fighting the dragon. I forget the dragon's name. And then one of the raids was.
I forget. I think it was Heaven's Ward. It had to be Heaven's Ward.
Heaven's Ward. I mean, how do you go from fighting the Coil of Bahamut, which were fucking amazing raids, and then Heaven's Ward, you get the first raid, it's these fucking goblins. I'm like, I'm done. I literally stopped the game right there.
I'm out.
I was like, you fucking goblins, dude. I'm done. But then I came back. I finished that storyline. I think the last one was what was the final one? It was you're on the moon fighting and you killed
Dawn Trail. Dawn
was
I played it. I thought it was one of the best stories I've ever done in an MMO.
I think it was Brick of Dawn or Dawn. What was that fucking one, man? It had a
comments are gonna be wild.
I know,
right?
Now. Like, these guys ain't fucking gamers. What was it? FXIV.
I'm pretty sure it's Dawn Trail. I'm trying to look for.
Not Dawn Trail. No, it wasn't that
No,
one.
that's the new one.
That's the new
and
one.
Walker.
And Walker.
And Walker.
That was
And Walker.
Dude, that one was like absolutely peak. Just the storyline to finally come to a conclusion from a Realm Reborn to that was amazing. Where I feel like you look at World of Warcraft, you get so many different storylines where it's like we have. You can correct me if I'm wrong. We have not yet seen Sargeras step foot in World of Warcraft yet.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's only been like we fought like his avatar, and then there was just a cinematic where he plunged the sword into Azeroth. That was about it. But we're not going to see him yet. We're going to see him. He's coming for sure.
You think?
Like 100%.
You think he's going to fucking come?
Oh, it was confirmed pretty much. I think the creative mind, you know, Chris Metzen on Blizzard. He had an interview where he basically just said it. He's like, yeah, you know, then when we get to Last Titan, you know, you're going to have Illidan and a special friend of his. And obviously that special friend is Sargeras because that's who he's keeping in check right now through all these years. That's why we haven't seen him in like 9 years, Illidan.
Yeah.
So they're going to be back for sure. But yeah, and Walker was good. And Walker, I think, was the only MMO storyline that got me like emotional. And I'm not really like that kind of guy, but I was like, I had to like turn my face away. I was like wiping tears, bro. And I was like, damn you, Endwalker. But that was such a great expansion. The recent one though, I don't know. People don't like it. I don't know.
Once Endwalker was done, I kind of left that because I felt like Final Fantasy 14 was the first game where, you know, when you play WoW, if you wanted a tank, you have to make a tank from level 1 and level it up to level 80. If you wanted to make a rogue or an archer, Final Fantasy was that first one where it's like, I can have one character and he can just do multiple jobs. And I thought it was like revolutionary, right? It was like, I don't need 8 characters to play different jobs. Or for me, I've always played solo, right? Because my schedule doesn't allow me to be with the guild. So I can be like, oh man, you guys need a tank? I can tank. Oh, you need me to, I don't fucking heal. I don't do any healing. If I need
I'm with you.
If I need DPS, long range or short range, I can do it all. And that's one thing I loved about Final Fantasy. But once Heaven Words happened, I left. Then I came back in between the stories. But then Endwalker was absolutely amazing because I felt it was a conclusion of a 10-year journey. I felt like it was like 10 years from Where Reborn to Endwalker, essentially.
Yep. Yeah, it was about that long. No, and it was great. The storytelling was out of control. The fights were so good. I think it was like the only Final Fantasy expansion where I played it longer than like the first month. Because usually I'm always doing something in WoW. WoW's always my priority. But Final Fantasy kind of had me hooked at that point. I was like, okay, for the first time in a long time, WoW's going to have to take a back seat for maybe a month and a half so I could dig into this one. But yeah. And yeah, I mean, Final Fantasy and WoW, man, those are the two juggernauts, dude. Yeah. Like that's it. I mean, so many other games have tried to copy both of them and it just hasn't worked out too well, you know?
Well, I feel like they just don't take time to actually develop the story. I mean, you have Chrono Odyssey, which is coming out, which I heard that was a shit show. Like, you look at the cinematic and you look at all the visuals, and then when I watch people actually play like the beta, they're like, what the hell is this? Like, we've been lied to. Like, they showed this sexy MMO, and then you play, they're like, yeah, this is literally not what we thought it was going to be. Or there's Ashes of Creation, but they're taking such a long time. Have you played that yet?
I did their Kickstarter for like $400, which is like you have a lifetime sub, and I played it maybe twice. I'm excited for when it launches, but I mean, I think it's been 7 years, and right now they're like in Alpha 3. That's how you know that game's going to take a long time. When your alphas have sub-alphas to it. They're like Alpha 1, Alpha 2, Alpha 3. Then you got to go through like, maybe there could be an Alpha 4 too. Then you got to go do Beta 1, Beta 2, Beta 3, Beta 4, and then launch. I mean, that game's not going to come out for like another like 3 years.
Why do you think it's taking so damn long? And when you played it, what did you think of it?
Oh, when I played it, it was bare bones. I mean, it didn't look that great. I mean, right now people are streaming the phase 3 of Alpha on Twitch, and it looks way better. Like if you like tanking, the tanking in that game is solid. It looks so good. Like, but it's still not there yet. You know, like that. I can't tell if it's just resources, could be money. I'm not really too in tune with that with their studio, so I don't know I mean, their project has been super ambitious since the beginning. And I think it's because they want to give people what they said they were going to give them, and it's taking this long. But I mean, at this rate, 2028, maybe we'll see that game.
Damn, that's a long ass time.
Yeah.
That's hopefully if they are doing it right and are taking their time, hopefully by 2028 we get something fresh and new in the MMO scene, right? Like I always think Elden Ring was probably one of the best games ever made. Just that Soul series, Bandai Namco, well, they're the publishers, but I feel like they just drop the ball when they don't make it like an MMO. Could you imagine like Elden Ring being an MMO where it's like, hey, you can link up, you can do quests together. They're always dropping new content, and then it's almost like, okay, you're gonna do a raid, you're gonna have a healer, a tank, 2 DPS. It's like, then they just came out.
That'd be wild.
Yeah, that'd be wild. They just came out Night Rain, but I'm like, you guys should have did this a long fucking time ago. Like, nobody wants to play the game now. I spent 250 hours killing God knows who what, and then now you want me to go back and do it again with friends? I should have been able to do this to the beginning. I'm not going back.
I didn't check that out. It's like a battle royale, right?
It's kind of like you're with a team. So I'm going to be this character, you're to be this character, and we kind of like defeat bosses together. It's such like, I didn't play it because I put enough fucking hours in that goddamn land. I'm like, I'm not going back with a friend to do it.
I ain't going back there. I ain't going back.
Well, I played it, and I never forget the DLC came out. And everyone's like, you going back to Elden Ring? I said, fuck that game. And they're like, oh, DJ, how could you say it? I was like, guys, I put 95 hours in that game, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no fucking idea what is going on. Like I said, if I'm gonna play a game, could you imagine this? Imagine playing World of Warcraft for 95 hours, and you have absolutely no fucking idea what's going on. You're just like, it's like a boss simulator. It's like, oh, I killed this boss. On to the next boss. Where when I play WoW, you know, I'm in, you know, I come through the portal. I'm in the what's it, Outland, and then you know Mac Therodon's there. He's the first raid. You kill Mac Therodon. Okay, we gotta take out Lady Vosh. You take out Lady Vosh. Then after Lady Vosh, there's a storyline that you can follow. The Kel'Thalas, he's in another storm doing his thing, and you know him and Illidan are on bad terms. Illidan, it's like, I know what the fuck's going on, so I'm fucking knee deep in it. When I played Elden Ring, I was like, oh, boss simulator, this is so hard. I beat the boss. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited, but I'm not connected to the story. There's no emotions in that story. So when they came out to Night Rain, I'm like, you want me to have no emotions with my fucking friends now? I'm passing. I'm passing.
What do they say? It's like the friends you've made along the way, right? That's the beauty of it. I don't know. I've never completed a Souls game. I am just not good at them. Like I'm getting too old to be getting upset while playing video games, you know? Like I'm about to turn 45 this year.
Hey.
And yeah, I'm getting up there, bro. Like I'm basically 50. When people ask me, "Oh, are you how old are you?" I'm like, I'm pretty much 50. They're like, but it says you're born in 80. Aren't you 44? I'm like, that's like 50, bro.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if you're 38 years old, you know, you're basically 40. But when I play those games, man, like I just rage hard. Like and like it's like my younger years of gaming comes out when I play Souls games. And I see everyone else, people out there be doing like no hit runs, like they don't get hit at all, and they beat the game. I'm like, bro, I can't. I have trouble getting past the tutorial.
Yeah,
like I get past the tutorial, I'm happy. I shut off the stream. I'm like, hey boys, going out on a high note. We'll see the first boss tomorrow. I think Bloodborne. I think that was a Souls game.
Yep.
I killed like 3 or 4 bosses in that game. That game felt really good.
Yeah, that Bloodborne was good. But I love how you say you don't get pissed off. You're too old to be getting pissed off. But don't you get pissed off when you do raids? Like somebody's not doing their job or somebody's not following instructions?
No, not really.
Really?
No, because I've done. I mean, it's not my job. It's not my job. I'm a tank. Like that, we have raid leaders.
He said it's not my job.
It's not my job, bro. We have GMs and raid leaders to. You know, I get yelled at for messing up, and I don't get mad. I'm just like, all right, just got to fix the problem, right? Like that. That's all WoW raiding is. It's just getting through the mechanics and getting prepared beforehand, and once you're in there, figuring it out, and then you have issues, you fix the problems as you go along. But yeah, I don't really. I mean. I get upset a little bit. Like if I get mad at myself if I do something wrong. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, man. Like what did I just do there? I just messed this up. And if somebody else messes up and I'm like, oh, I'm not you. You're getting yelled at. I'm over here just eating my food, getting ready for the next poll. And and we'll see what happens. But yeah, man, like Souls games, they just irritate me.
They take your
and
soul.
They take your soul. I wish that I could play them. Like I want to. I have so much fun watching all my friends that stream play it. And the days that the launches are happening of any Elden Ring DLC or something, the category is just full of 300,000 people. I know most of those people, most of them are my friends, and they're playing, and I'm just there like, time to take a Mythic Plus dungeon, guys. Let's go. Like trying to play some WoW. Like,
well, how do you stay so consistent with that, right? Like, obviously as a streamer, a very successful streamer, when I was talking to Summit, he was talking about, you have the new wave streaming where streaming is going more to IRLs, right? Like at the very beginning of it was all about gaming content. Now you look at Twitch, it's not even the same landscape. It's like you look at IRL streaming, it's maybe 235 to 500,000 people in there watching it. You look at like today, I'm dating this, but today they just dropped a new season of Marvel Rivals, so they added Helena in there, right? You go on Twitch, ain't nobody be watching that because everyone wants to watch IRL streamers. How are you able to be consistent and stay focused and connected to a game that you've been playing for more than 15 years? And it's not like WoW comes out with new content every single month. It's like every fucking quarter, maybe every quarter.
Man, it's not easy. I think it's because I've been around so long and I've just built the community and I've kind of just built this reputation as like, a lot of us that play under the WoW category, we're kind of like just like a mini family, like, a disoriented family, if you want to say, but like I think WoW is such an established MMO, and on the platform, let's say of like Justin, Twitch, YouTube, no other MMO in 20 years has overtaken WoW. So to be if you can, like, I was around early enough that I built a community that I have the reputation of like a World of Warcraft streamer that can be relied on to be there like every day to play WoW and watch and hear the news and yap and do raids, do mythic, have fun, mount collecting, all that stuff. And it is still hard because I think now the cycles are every 8 weeks there's a new patch, but those patches are kind of like new little quest hub area. Maybe you get better gear or something, but like you said, it's like about every 5 months there's like a new big raid and a new big patch.
Yeah.
And for me, it's kind of like that's the highs and lows of streaming under the WoW category. Like, for like 2 months of a new patch, like, oh, you got everything going. Everyone's in your channel, everyone's subbing, everyone's having a good time. And then like then those last 3 months is just like chill.
Yeah.
It's just like everything's kind of quiet. Your community is still there. Everyone's having a good time. But I think that's what the WoW category is built around. It's built around community. I feel like all of our viewers watch other streamers and those streamers viewers watch me, and we all just kind of bounce around,
Yeah. I always find
in the category.
Yeah. I always find it fascinating that how long does it take you to get through the new expansion that's coming out? I know I've watched your streams before. You get yourself all geared up before the new expansion comes out. You get everything, all your checklists done, all the things you want to get before the new expansion comes out. When a new expansion comes out, how long does it usually take you to go from right when it starts to the very end? Obviously, they don't drop the raid. They usually wait, maybe 2 to 3 weeks before the first raid comes out. How long does it take you from boom, it drops to get to the very end? Usually you do marathon streams too. I remember seeing your ass sleep on the bed, and then you had your girl playing for you too. I was like, this motherfucker back there sleeping while his girl's playing.
Yeah, I do a lot of that. That's my main thing now. I love doing marathons. Like, and it's crazy because I couldn't do them when I was younger, but I can do them now. Like I could stream like, I think our last subathon was like 28 days. The one before that was 31.
Wait. 28 days of streaming. The same game.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it was me and the wife, and but even then, like she only takes over for like 3 or 4 hours. So we're talking about 4 hours of a nap every day for like almost 30 days. And I've done it like 3 or 4 times now. Yeah. I do a yearly subathon. I do a bunch of marathons. My marathons are like kind of like little like 72-hour streams, 4 or 5 day streams. I might go 30 hours straight, and then she'll take over. I'll just uncategorize myself and take a nap, come back. But I mean, it's still kind of crazy. But so the question you were asking in an expansion, I'd say it probably takes me about a day.
Damn. So you basically beat up all that content in a fucking day. And then, then you have what? 3 weeks to prepare for the raid, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, well, because every day you got to do like dailies and you got to farm rares for better gear. Like, like if we're talking like how long does it take me to get raid ready? I mean, it'll probably be like 2 weeks. Because then it'll be 2 weeks, then it'll be the week of like the raid, and then you get started. But I do that usually on like all 6 tanks.
Fuck.
And I get the
Oh, dude, I'm like sitting here. Let's I'm like, and the first question that comes to my mind is that, do you think that stress of trying to get everything ready has ruined? I don't want to say it's ruined your experience in WoW, but I feel like it almost seems like a job instead of like entertainment. You know what I mean? It's like the expansion comes out, you get through it in a day. And then next thing you know, it's like, all right, I got to get 6 fucking tanks ready. My God, they have 6. They have 6 tanks now. Last time I remember, it was the Demon Hunter. You had the Prot Warrior, and you have the fucking Paladin. What else can tank now?
Monk, Bear, Druid, and who am I missing? Blood Death Knight. Did we say DK?
Oh, we did not say DK. Okay, yeah. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, Death Knights from Wrath. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. And I don't know, for me, like, yeah, I stream for a living. That's my job. But when I play WoW, it does feel like a little bit of a job, but the results are always very satisfying. Because like that's where I get my dopamine hit. That's where I get my adrenaline from. I get it from like raiding and doing high-end content. Like if I couldn't do that in WoW anymore, I'd just be like collecting mounts and pets and doing achievements and stuff, and probably doing a lot more like big viewer raids like I used to back in the day. But I kind of like now like the competitive aspect of WoW. And if I just want to chill out and relax, bro, I just go play classic. I'll just start a level 1 gnome or something and just start auto attacking for fun, just to like kind of clear my mind. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it takes about that long. Like it takes me a day just to get to the max level and start getting like the best gear I could possibly get before the raid opens. And then after that, it's just dailies of getting better gear and improving until they unlock more stuff.
Do you think they should still allow subscription-based, like monthly subscription for World of Warcraft? Or do you think they should, like, that's one of the reasons why I don't have my account active, because I'm like, I know I'm not going to play it. If I could play, if it was like, hey, I'm going to pay for 30 days, like, I don't know, how many hours are in 30 days? So 24 times 30. Let's say it's like 1,000 hours. I think it would be dope if it was, okay, you have a 1,000-hour card. Then once you play through 1,000 hours, then they charge you another $12. Like for me, it's like, I already beat all the content. I don't like paying for that subscription base. And that's one of the things that's always rubbed me the wrong way with WoW. It's like, why am I paying for it? I mean, do you think they should go that model where it's like, hey, you pay, $30 or what is it? What's the subscription now? $12.99? $13.99?
That's still $14.99. It hasn't changed in 20 years.
Yeah, $14.99. It's like, okay, you get 1,000 hours. Once those 1,000 hours are ate up, then you could do it again. Then now I feel like, okay, I'm gonna go on to PvP for a little bit. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, I'm traveling.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think that's been their model for so long because people just keep playing it. I think if WoW would have hosed down or something a long time ago, they probably would have gone free to play or something. But
damn, I wish they would. I would probably play WoW if they went free to play. I think
I would a lot of people.
I think they could do that just because, I mean, you look at Marvel Rivals, you look at Fortnite, you look at Roblox, you look at all these games now that are free to play, and they're making a fuck ton of money. Because, imagine like, oh, look at this sexy, transmog you can have on your character instead of, you grind all fucking day and you get this one, you actually gonna look badass by just paying a simple $5.99.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, but with WoW, like WoW is so powerful that they've been able to keep the same sub price across all their. Well, no, some regions they increase and lower, usually like UK, EU, Brazil, but North America has always stayed the same. But they could do all that, and they have a store in the game.
Oh shit, that's right. They do have
tons of mounts, pets, transmogs. Dude, like, it's kind of crazy right now. If you haven't been playing WoW recently, every maybe 30 days, there's a new promotion. $25 for a mount, $30 for a mount, 4 mounts for $50. Character transfers, name changes, race changes. Bro, they make so much money that they never have to go free to play. That's the thing. Like, if they went free to play, they probably make less. Imagine millions of people playing WoW.
Already paying that shit.
All right, so it's like, it's like when you have subs on Twitch, it's like predictable income. You kind of already know what you're going to get, and they've just been doing it so long. And no other game has done what they have done, or Final Fantasy 14 has done with their monthly payment subscription also. But that's how powerful they've been in the genre for so long, that they can charge you $15 a month, but also have a store full of shit for you to also buy. and it's some FOMO shit too. Like recently they sold a $90 dinosaur. $90 dinosaur that acts as an auction house and a mailbox.
Wow.
You get on the dinosaur, left side. Remember
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah.
Like
Yep. Left side, you could buy what you need, or right side, you can just check your fucking mail. Yeah, you got to go to the mailbox. Or if your auction house, let's say you just get a rare drop and you want to sell it immediately, you click it open. That's, I mean, like I said, man.
And they sold it $90, bro. And so many people bought it.
Wow.
You know when we see people revolt against microtransactions on the internet?
Yep.
And like everyone speak with your wallets, please. In World of Warcraft, fuck that. You log in, there was thousands of dinosaurs, bro. They were lining up. We were like slow walking them in a circle around the town. It was wild, bro. And people are just paying this money because it's like the best MMO out there. And that's why they'll never go free to play. I thought maybe like during Draenor or Shadowlands there was a chance, because those are really bad expansions. But when your worst expansion still makes you better than every other game out there, then you're not gonna falter over. You're just gonna keep charging people, even if they don't like it.
Yeah, I never forget. The one thing I will say that I've always loved about WoW is that it's such a community-based driven game, right? Like I just watched the Netflix series. I forget the joke. Was his name Alfie? What is it? The Amazing Story. Basically, this gentleman, he had a rare condition where his muscles were wasting away, and he got involved with World of Warcraft. My producer actually told me to watch it, and it was kind of crazy when people who spend a lot of time and make a huge impact in the world of Azeroth. Blizzard does an amazing job of making them an NPC that you can always remember them. Like, I don't think there's ever been a game in my history where they do that, right? Like, I'm sure, if we look ahead of time, I'm sure when you become, WoW Grandma, she streams on Twitch. I think she's 78. Something like WoW Grandma, 78.
Yeah. God bless her.
Yeah, God bless her. Yeah. I'm sure when she moves on to the next stage of her life, I would not be surprised if Blizzard does a statue of her somewhere inside of World of Warcraft, right? It's like, that's the only company that does that, and I absolutely love them for that.
Yeah, right now there's actually a lot of content creators that have NPCs in the game, like right now. And they've done that just like as a thank you. But yeah, in terms of like that Netflix documentary, like the way they like did it was beautiful. It was awesome. But yeah, like I have an NPC in the game.
You do?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
He's in Legion. Did you ever play Legion?
I did. Well, I came into Legion at the very end. So Legion was after what was that one expansion? But the orcs coming back to try to take over at Magtheridon. Warlord Draenor. Was that it? Yeah,
Draenor.
Yeah, so Draenor, and then Legion came, and then after Legion, it was Battle for Azeroth, correct? Yeah. So I came at the very end of Legion. So I didn't play when it first dropped. When it first drops, you know how you go through every single story and da-da-da-da. But when you come at the very end, it's like you could speed past everything, and then and it's basically prepping you for Battle of Azeroth. So that's where I came into it.
Oh, yeah. And in Legion, remember the High Mountain area with the High Mountain Tauren?
Yes.
It was like the northernmost isle. Yeah, up there in the mountains, there's like a monk, like a little fat monk. His name is they say his name is Towelliee, but spelled TAU space LI. And he's there training the High Mountain Tauren on how to be tanks and stuff. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, it's cool because they kind of like did that for a few creators. And they kind of put you into the world, but not like as your stage name. Like it would have been, wouldn't it be weird if you were to fly around Azeroth and just see TOWELLIEE, right?
No,
I said they spell my name differently, so it feels like I'm part of the world, but that's actually me,
Gotcha. No, I think it'd be more badass if they had you in fucking what's the humans area? Stormwind. They had you in Stormwind because I felt like the most content I have ever seen you play, you're always a paladin. It'd be dope if they had you in like the Paladin, staging area where it's like, oh, Lord Towelliee, teach us the way of the light. And you're like, you have to use the light to exercise it. I think that would be fucking amazing because you think about it. It's not like
that would be cool.
It's not like you're going to be there all the time, right? You're off, saving Azeroth. God knows what quest you're doing. I think, they should do like a big ass statue of you just because you've given so much back to the community of, Azeroth and World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way they did it. I mean, they just told me, bro. Like, I think it was like the player test realm, and I think one of the devs was good friends with another streamer. Is like, yeah, we're putting you two in the game, just so you know. And I was like, what? What do you mean you're putting me in the game? Like, do I got to do something? Do I got to sign off on this? Like, what's going on?
That's
like, you do not have my consent.
Yeah,
but I was like, no, do it. I want to see it. And then, they just made me a monk because I think they gave me the choice. They're like, do you want to be like you, or do you just want to be part of the world? I'm like, no, make me part of the world. I want it so that when I'm long gone, people still playing WoW, they might go back to Legion and just come across some monk training Taurens how to tank, and his name is just Towelliee, but no one will ever know, like, unless you know it's me from me telling you. And I kind of like it that way. Like, I don't really want to be like immortalized as like my name for streaming and content creation. I just I'd rather just be a random NPC in the game, just like for them saying to me, thank you for what you've done for the community and what you've done for Twitch and the genre and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
Like, and I'm for me I'm honored just to be on there. But yeah, there's like a lot of streamers that have their NPCs in there now. Some actually have their real life names, which is kind of weird.
I don't think
they did that. That's like doxing, bro. Like, it's like doxing.
No, that's true. That's true. I don't know. I think it's such an amazing world, and I think as time goes on, I think they'll make a statue of you with your big ass hammer as your branding. I think they will. I'll be shocked if they don't do that. I'll be shocked.
Stop, man. Just stop it. Stop it.
What's so now it's full time. Well, you've been full time 15 years. What other passions do you have? Right? Like what is something that you strive to work towards when you're streaming all the time? What I'm asking is, for me at one point when I was fighting full time, I wanted to retire. I wanted to get away from fighting. Now I make content. Now I have the podcast. I talk to amazing people all the time. What is something that you're striving for? Like, do you ever have any ambition to make your own game? Do you want to do something else? What's on the horizon for Towelliee?
I don't know, man. Like, I feel like, and it's the same for a lot of other streamers. Like, I mean, you were just talking to Nick, right?
Yep.
To Mercs.
Yep.
And he's like in the same boat as a lot of other creators. I think a lot of creators could have retired a long time ago, and we just keep doing what we're doing because we love what we do and it's fun. Like, I can't imagine now having started this journey and then all of a sudden saying, oh, I have another project I want to do. Nah, man. Like, I wake up in the morning and at 44, I leap out of bed and I get ready to go and I do the same routine every morning, and I'm always just happy to do it. But if I had to, if right now my passion outside of streaming is definitely card collecting.
Oh,
and I'm definitely maybe working towards in the future, maybe when I'm a little older, opening up like my own like huge like card shop somewhere in California or something like that. I used to love collecting cards as a kid, and then I had to stop because I just didn't have a lot of money growing up. And then, now that I started streaming, I kind of, in the last 4 years, I've gotten back into card collecting. And now, like, every Saturday I do a show where I just open up cards for fun. And I collect.
What type of cards? Like baseball cards, Marvel cards? Everything.
Everything. I got, let's see, baseball, football, basketball, Marvel, DC, a little bit of Pokemon when the viewers bug me about it. But yeah, I mean, UFC, MMA cards.
I was just gonna ask that. Like, do you have any? I should send you some cards. I'll send you a signed card of me when we get off. Just send me your address and I'll sign it for you. And I'll send you one of my cards.
Okay, hell yeah, dude. Actually, it was kind of crazy because we were talking about you when we were opening up one of the newest products. I'm like, I don't think we're gonna see DJ in here. I think we have to open up. I think we got to go on eBay and find like a 2018 product or something like that. I think
I got you. Now that you're into cards, because they do now have the UFC. I don't know what the fuck they have the UFC cards, but I'm not sure like what time frame they have the athletes under that umbrella, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like,
Yeah.
you know, if you try to get, because I used to collect cards when I was early 90s, it was a it was Marvel ones, but to find those exact ones, you would have to you have to go on eBay to try to find them.
Yeah, eBay or Craigslist or something, like, just to find people that you could trade with. And it's kind of crazy too, because do you know Upper Deck?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm actually an ambassador for Upper Deck, and I've been working with them now for like about a year or two. I'm actually going to have my own card to sign.
Really?
Like, yeah, they have a product called Good Win Champions, which is basically a combination of like all the people that Upper Deck has as ambassadors for them. So it's like volleyball, bobsledding, Michael Jordan, Wayne Gretzky, Tiger Woods, like all the people that I guess are like under their umbrella.
Yep.
And they invited me to be under that umbrella after I worked with them for a year or two, just kind of like opening their stuff and supporting them. So I got to do the whole like sticker shit.
Oh shit! Know? Oh shit! Yeah, where you sign it, they give you like 25 cents for each time you sign a sticker.
Yeah, they give you money for it. And I'm like, holy shit. And then I had to do like a photo thing. I had to give them pictures. I had to give them like clothes because they're going to have like memorabilia. And I was like, who the fuck wants to wear what's a card of a Towelliee shirt stream worn?
Hey,
whatever the hell,
dude. Like, one, the community you have amassed over 15 years, and two, the fact that like you have a fan base, you'd be shocked at like how much that shit will go for, and like the 1-of-1, like the actual acrylic one I mean, there's a massive market for card collectors out there, right? Like I have so many cards
for sure
of myself that I save for my children, but I also have extra ones to actually give to people who are actually true card collectors, where it's like, I know you're not in the scheme of like, I got this card, I need to sell it, unless you hit a fucking pickle in the bind and you need to get that new fucking $120 mount from Blizzard.
No, but I mean, well, that's what I do. I open up my cards, and in order for me not to like go broke and collecting cards, because it's an expensive hobby right now, what I do is I open up cards. I got my own personal collection, people that I collect, and then the rest I just put up on eBay, sell, and then any money I make on eBay, I just buy more cards and I just cycle it. That's what I do. And then like if I don't make enough money on eBay one week, then I just don't do a Saturday show. When I make enough money, we're gonna do a Saturday show.
I fucking love that. That's kind of dope.
Yeah, and then it's like, but dude, it was so surreal. Like when they invited me to be like, hey, we want you to be one of our Good Win champions, and we're gonna have you in a product, and you're gonna be actually like a certified, person in the card. And then, man, in the mail, I get a big box. It's like 250 stickers. I'm like, I gotta sign all these. I'm like, can't you just stamp that shit on each one or something?
That's how
I gotta sign all this shit.
That's how they authenticate it, baby. They want that legit ink to paper from your hand, my friend. That's what they want. I mean,
and I was actually able to describe. So my first one I stickered in quotes. I put first auto.
Oh, and then, that's badass.
And then a couple of them say hammers up and for the horde and shit.
See right there, you're making it even like, there's always a thing where it's like, if you know, you fucking know, right? So the person who gets like the first autograph and hammers up and for the horde,
they're gonna go crazy.
Blood and thunder. It's like, that shit right there is like something I wish I would have thought of something like that. And I've signed millions of stuff where it's like, you never know what the first is, right? So that's amazing. Good for you, man. That's awesome. That's one thing I love about like when I talk to, different people when I do this, is that seeing them, kind of like navigate their career, right? Where first you're streaming, you're one of the best MMO streamers in World of Warcraft, and here you are opening up about like you talking about your passion for collecting cards, and then you get an opportunity to do what a lot of people don't get the opportunity to do. Only usually professional athletes get to, be an ambassador and sign a 250 cards. But for you to be able to do that and say hammers up for the horde, blood and thunder, like I need one of the motherfucking blood and thunder cards. That's what I need. I need one of those.
I'll sign one, and it'll just be like,
it's not the same.
Like,
it's not the same. No, I need the card.
I will sign it. I'll say, yo, DJ, and then you got to find it. You got to find the person who got it. Got to pay them some money. I mean, it's an honor to do it, though, man. Like, because for me, that's like a my childhood dream was not to be like a streamer. It was to be like a third baseman for the Yankees, or to be an astronaut. But like cards was always a part of my life, and I always wanted to like open up a card store. Even since I was a little kid, I would go into card store. I'm like, one day I want to do this. I want to be this old guy behind the counter, just talking about today's day of sports and doing all this. But right now, this is a pretty close second, being able to have your own card. And I mean, I could ask you the same thing, right? Like, how did you feel when, like, you first started getting your stickers and your cards to sign, right? Like, it must have been insane. Like, oh my God, like, I'm out there.
Man,
like,
you know what? Now where I'm at now, being 39 and retired, like, now I can sit back and like, damn, I kind of did that. But in the act of things, when I'm actually doing it, I'm more excited about how much money I'm making than just because, like, as a professional mixed martial artist, you make great money, but it's not like you're making baseball or NFL or NBA money, right? You're like,
ridiculous.
It's just night and day difference. But now that I've been successful in my career, the YouTube's doing very well. Now when I look back, and the fact that I can send you an actual signed autograph card of myself, I think that's kind of dope. But like,
that's awesome.
That's one thing that me and my wife always talk about. Is like, I wish we would have soaked up the memories of me fighting instead of being so focused on trying to be perfect and achieving so much. I think, that line, don't forget to stop and smell the roses. I wish I would have did that a lot more. Right. And that's what, like, I'm doing now, like with the podcast, like, I love talking about gaming. I love chopping up, just talking about gaming, and the fact that you want to open up. I feel you've been so successful for 15 years. You don't have any children. You're married. Yeah, you're married. So I don't see why you couldn't open a card shop, right? It's like, I'm sure you're killing it on Twitch, right? You have your merch.
Yeah.
I bought, I think, 2 of your shirts, of your Hammer Squad Up shirts. So, I mean,
awesome.
I don't see why you couldn't be able to open up your own card shop in like 5 years. It's like, you know what? That's my goal.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to keep on grinding. And then when I get enough money, I'm going to find the right spot somewhere, and I'm open my own card shop. And then I'm going to fucking, I'll stream at the fucking card shop where you're like, oh, I'm playing.
I was just about to say that. I mean, I might just stream from the card shop.
Yeah.
Like, my hours are kind of crazy. I start streaming at like 3-4 in the morning.
Damn.
So I'd be like, you know what? I'll get to the shop, get to my stream room, start playing WoW at 4 in the morning, and at 10 a.m. we open up the shop, stream ends, and then I then have a normal business day. I don't sleep much, man. I don't know what it is. I've been like this since I was a kid. Like, 4 hours, I'm good every night. 5 hours max, maybe.
Damn, you're like my wife. She wakes up at 4 a.m., goes to the fucking gym and fucking kills it, comes home, does everything. And I'm like, she was, you should come in and join me at 4 a.m. I was like, babe, I am not getting out of fucking bed at 4 a.m. I love you.
My wife says the same shit.
I love you, but I cannot fucking do it, man. God bless you. Okay, well, I know you're a big fan of UFC. What do you think about the landscape of UFC right now? What do you think of the landscape of, like, just mixed martial arts in general?
I don't know. I've actually haven't been watching much lately. I'll be real with you.
That's okay.
Like, I think, like, my most, I'm not saying this just because we're doing this podcast, but I think, like, when I met you, I started watching a lot more. And I specifically started watching a lot of your matches and your, what do they call it? Your cards.
Yep.
That you were on. But I mean, every now and then, me and the boys, we get together and we watch some of the fights. I follow mostly like Jones and some of the other big names when I see them. Man, who's the guy? Max
Holloway.
Max Holloway. I like him a lot. But yeah, I mean, looks like Dana White's killing it. I see that dude at the casino all the time.
Oh, do you really? How much are we in Vegas? Because I know usually you guys do the weekend Vegas trips, right? You and your boy.
Oh, like 5 or 6 times a year. Yeah, we go a lot. Yeah, and I'm just waiting to see Dana, just so I can see him pop $50K a hand on blackjack. Of the stories I hear of that guy. But I mean, I'm like, UFC must be doing well. They're all like in Vegas gambling millions of dollars an hour. I think they're doing okay. I mean, I guess for me, it's like, I think I just gotten so much into like card collecting, my hobby, that I stopped just watching UFC.
Wow.
Yeah, and I watch boxing every now and then. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could tell me what's the landscape of UFC looking like nowadays. I mean, I know it seems like it's getting bigger.
Yeah,
like,
it's funny. It's all depend on who you ask, right? Like now that UFC just signed the $7.7 billion Paramount deal for streaming rights.
Yeah.
a lot of the
that.
fans, hardcore fans, are like, man, they're just going to keep giving us shit product, like shitty products, because, you know, there's going to be more pay-per-views. As of right now of us filming, they have a UFC event this weekend. They also have Canelo versus Crawford, but I didn't even know who was all fighting on UFC, and I cover the sport. And so it's in an interesting place. Like they still have thousands and thousands of fans, but I think the hardcore fans are the ones who are upset. Almost, if I can, you know, relate it to, you know, the gaming world, you know, there's thousands of people who still enjoy World of Warcraft, but I think the true down the hardcore of World of Warcraft, they still want this same type of quality that we got in Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King. We still want that. That's what we're hoping one day. That's what keeps us coming back, right? Is like, that's what keeps you going. Like, even though you love WoW, you're excited for midnight and all that stuff, you're hoping at one point that it's like, oh my God, like this is probably like Dragonflight. You fucking kidding me? Like, what are we talking about? Dragonflight? We just got done fucking like, so that's where I think UFC is now. I think you have people who still love it, but the hardcores are like, man, can we get back to like, you know, good ass trailers, good media coverage? That's where I think we're at right now in mixed martial arts. I mean, we still have those big fights that are coming up. You know, one championship's doing amazing stuff, but at the end of the day, it's almost like, yeah, it's still going. You know, it's still going, but we're still waiting for, you know, some amazing mega fights. Like MSG is always a big card, but there are very few here and there right now.
Yeah. And are you just done yourself? Are you retired, or do you come out and just do like?
I'm retired, man. I love doing content. I love just.
I mean, you've done enough in that world, bro. I mean, you know, in my opinion, you're one of the GOATs. So like,
I appreciate that, baby. I appreciate that. Yeah,
you're one of the GOATs, and we knew that right from when we started watching you and when we met. We're like, man, this dude is special. Like, he got something special going on. I'll tell you a quick story, and I'll let you say what you were going to say. I remember that fight, man. What was the fight that you did? Who were you up against? I don't know. You took that dude into a suplex, into an armbar, and I went wild. Who was that?
His name is Ray Borg.
Ray Borg. That's who it was. And we you know, this was like, I think when we got back from Vegas and we were watching you, I think it was like 8 of us in the living room. And we're watching the fight. We're like, okay, this is a pretty technical fight, you know, like it's a lot of grappling, a lot of everything. All of a sudden, man, you just see like, I think you took him and you kind of almost threw him up, caught him with his arm and into an armbar, like midair. The whole fucking living room went crazy, bro. we all lost our collective shit. We were like hugging. We were like, oh my God, I can't believe what he just did. But I think it, like, for me, it was like watching you that kind of got me started watching UFC, because obviously everyone knows all the popular names in UFC at that time. And then, you know, after that, I started following you when you joined, what is it, One, right?
Yep, One championship, yep.
One championship. And ever since then, but yeah, man, to me, man, you're the GOAT. I don't care what people talk about who the GOAT is statistically, but I mean, you've won so many goddamn championships, defended that championship so many times. And yeah, we loved watching you, man. And like I said, it's been an honor just to be your friend and just to be able to talk like this, which is, and you know, we haven't talked in a while, so I'm kind of happy today just to be talking to you.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Like, I never forget when I met you in BlizzCon. I was like, hey, what's up, man? I'm a big fan. I follow your channel all the time. I was like, dude, what the fuck? And then we just vibe out. And that's the one thing I love about gaming, is that, you know, it can bring people together. You can share the same passion. You can talk about the raid and talk about the storylines and how it affected us totally different. Like, I never forget when I first started playing WoW, I can never save up enough fucking money to get a fucking Nether Drake in, you know, Outlands. It's like, oh God, he's got one. There's something about that. There's just something about that that can always, I always tell people, like, my true passion is gaming, and I'll always, you know, support my fellow gamers. And yeah, man. So I always wanted to jump on here and chat with you, just pick your brain and see where WoW's going, how you still loving it. Are you still loving it? Yeah. And you're still killing it on Twitch, and you're still able to bring a lot of smiles and entertaining content in World of Warcraft, even though the game's around for fucking 15 years.
A long damn time.
It's a long fucking time.
I appreciate it, man.
Long fucking time.
I do appreciate it, because, like, you know, I love to hear stuff like that because that's all that I want to do as a content creator. Like my goal is to wake up every morning and make people smile, turn people's bad days into good days, and turn a frown upside down, like they say, And if I could do that and do that every day consistently and keep doing it, I don't see why I can't keep doing it until I'm done.
Yeah.
Like until they take me up there, then I'll look at Wild Grandma. For me, she's like perfect inspiration. If I could be 78 years old, which for me is like 35 years from now or 30 something years from now, and still play WoW, that would be insane.
And she's still and it's funny because like she's actually fucking good, right? Like, yeah, she's good.
Yeah,
I'll never forget like when I was playing WoW and I asked someone, I was like, "Is Asmongold good?" They're like, "No, he fucking sucks." Like, somebody said no, because there's like there's different tiers, right? It's like, this snuck off my mouth because I'm nowhere near. Like, there's different levels of WoW players, right? There's the hardcore PvPers who are 2v2s, 3v3s, and then you have the hardcore raiders where it's like, okay, we're raiding. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay, I gotta jump. This is the mechanic. Da 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 da. And then they're like, then you have the guy who collects everything. They keep on killing. They keep killing Elden until they get the Warglaive. Then they keep killing Arthur so they get the fucking Frost. Can you even get Frostmourne anymore? I don't think you can get Frostmourne anymore. I think they changed it.
No, they go for the mount. They go for Invincible.
They go for Invincible, right? And so he is on that verge of a collector, right? Like people won't say, man, he's really good at WoW. Like, holy shit, like the work away he does. But as far as like consecrated and also doing the transmog wars or transmog ops,
those were fun.
Yeah, that's what he was really good. That's what like when I got into WoW, that's what they said he was good at. They didn't say, nah, dude, he's a badass 3v3 or like Benjura, he's fucking good at 3v3s as a warrior. Like there's no like. You want to talk about like a consecrator who's good at like fucking people up as a warrior or a fury warrior, you go to his content, right? That's him, right? So even for you, they're like, you want to see a badass tank who can do all different forms of tanks, but I think your preferable is the paladin, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Paladin preferred, 100%.
That's what you're known for. So, but yeah, man, you just keep on fucking killing it. And I appreciate you taking the time to come on the show. This is your opportunity to let people know how they can follow you, how they can support you, and what you got coming up.
You can find me on twitch.tv/Towelliee, Towelliee on YouTube, Towelliee on Instagram. I have a TikTok, but I don't know. It's TikTok. It's weird. So Towelliee Twitch. I'm not hip with the kids on TikTok yet, but I'm getting there. And we're just always playing World of Warcraft every day. And then, when the WoW hype stuff dies down, we just do variety. I'll be playing probably like Battlefield 6 next month, Chrono Odyssey when it comes out next year. And we always just like to have a good time. We have a really great community called the Hammer Squad, and you'll feel very welcome there. And we just always I just want to be there to entertain the masses and keep doing that as long as the people will have me.
See, I'm glad that you still get enjoyment out of like new game titles. Like the only two games that I'm like super excited about is Resident Evil 9 Requiem, and then
that was good.
Onimusha Way of the Samurai. Those are only two games where I'm like, I got to get my shit together in my streaming room so I can stream those games where I'm actually like, I'm ready to go in it and just play it, enjoy the single player game. Because, I feel like nowadays when a game comes out, the first thing everybody's worried about is like, what's the DLC? What's the in-game content? Yeah. Is it replayable, right? I haven't really gotten into last time I played Battlefield, I think it was Battlefield 4 or 5. And it was the first time I played it. A fucking F-16 came down and fucking killed me. I was like, how am I supposed to fucking fight a guy in a jet in an F-16? So I want to give Battlefield 6 a try, where it's like, you know what? I'm going to try it and just get into it. Because when I play Marvel Rivals, you want to talk about getting pissed off. It pisses me off when somebody doesn't do their fucking job. It's like, you're a healer. Why am I dying right now? Stop. I like to take on that game. Like Doctor Strange, I love it. But
I love Doctor Strange too. I played Rivals, and my Marvel guy is Captain America.
Dude, he's even amazing.
Is he? Because is he? Not because I only did like the first 2 seasons, and he was kind of ass, man. Like they had to buff him so much before he was like, people were shitting on me in ranked because I kept playing Captain. They're like, dude, what are you doing playing Captain? Swap to either Doctor Strange or Magneto. So I had to learn how to play Doctor Strange Magneto and get off of my favorite character, Marvel character of all time, because it wasn't like meta. But Yeah, like Marvel's that kind of game too, man. Like I try to do my best, but if I see other people just trolling and not doing their job, I get super irritated. It's kind of like me in the Souls games we were talking about.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. I know we're going to tangent, but I'm gonna let you go. That's one thing too that I felt that killed my love for gaming is meta. Right? I'll never forget when I was playing WoW, and I think it was Shadowlands. Yeah, and like you had the Vampire, then you had the Kyrian, and then you had the Elving shit, the Forest. You have 4 different ones.
Yeah, Ardenweald, then the Maldraxxan people, like the war,
and
Necro people.
Yeah, and I remember I was a rogue, and then it was like, okay, the very first one, meta, I went with Kyrian, and it was like, once you popped your thing, your fucking agility would go up so high, so you start fucking just dumping DPS. Next patch comes out, it was the fucking Maldraxxus, and then it's like, then the next patch come out, it would be Sepsis, and then, you know, as you played WoW, it's not like you can just you go to Kyrian, you have to grind all the way up to a certain point to get to use the special ability at its max. But then if you want to go to like, you know, Maldraxxus, you got to go there, do all their story in their questing to get there. And I'm like, I can't win.
That sucks.
I can't fucking win. What am I doing? And I was like,
that sucked.
I was like, whatever choice I made, I felt like it was the right choice, and in the end, it was the wrong fucking choice. And that's where it's like, so when I played Captain America,
frustrating.
When I played Captain America, he wasn't meta, but I kept on playing him. And then now it's like, I'm fucking Lord of Captain America, and I'll play Captain America even though he's not meta, and I'll still fuck people up because I'm like, I just know how to play him. Like, I just know, like, yeah, I fucking love Marvel Rivals, but it also pisses me off at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, if you play Battlefield 6, man, let me know. I'll play with you, man, because I mean, I'm not hardcore or nothing. So, you know, I used to play hardcore about Battlefield, but I'm just gonna chill in this one. But I think I'm gonna play this one for like a while, which is what you kind of get ready before the expansion comes out, because that's what I do now. If I know an expansion is coming out, like in a couple months, I try to do everything that I can in between that I want to do before, because I know once the expansion comes out, I'm just locked in for like a year. You know, like.
That makes sense. I'll hit you up. Okay, well, shit. Towelliee, thank you so much for coming on the MIGHTYCAST. We truly appreciate you. Boys, if you guys enjoy this chat between me and my good friend Towelliee, please like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live, and go give that man a follow on Twitch. He's always doing amazing things in World of Warcraft.
I don't know where the buttons are at.
Oh, you just keep doing what you're doing. And make sure you guys go follow him on YouTube. He also has a YouTube channel, Towelliee. He's always talking about WoW content. We will see you guys at the next episode of the MIGHTYCAST. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the MIGHTYCAST, and this is the part we call the Mighty Recap, and this is everything we just went through with our guest, and our guest was Towelliee. Now, guys, I say it all the time. I am very passionate about gaming and mixed martial arts, but sometimes I like to go to my old roots, because I feel one thing I love about gaming is that you can connect with anybody from any walks of life, right? Towelliee has never done any form of mixed martial arts, but we have shared, you know, the same memories when it comes to World of Warcraft, of playing Burning Crusade, you know, Wrath of the Lich King, Cataclysm, Mists of Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor. I mean, the list just goes on to World of Warcraft. And I wanted to talk to him because, you know, we had someone, G on, big fan of him. He wasn't really big into playing World of Warcraft. He'll do it just because of trends or what's going on. But Towelliee has been in the trenches in WoW for a very, very, very long time. And I told my producer a story when I was playing World of Warcraft, when me and my wife just were very young. She gave me an ultimatum. She goes, okay, you're either going to play WoW, it's going to be WoW, or it's going to be me. That's how addicted I was to World of Warcraft, because it was such an amazing game. And it still is an amazing game. It's just something I can't dedicate my time to playing, you know, all the time. And Towelliee, he's been doing it for a very long time. So I wanted to, you know, talk to him about how do you still have the motivation? How are you still excited for, the next World of Warcraft that's coming out, which is Midnight, when it's the same thing over and over? You know, it's almost like reading a book. And the very beginning of the book, it was banger after banger after banger. And then now it's kind of not banger after banger after banger. It's almost like, okay, we're fighting this chick again. We're Sargeras. And it's like the ebbs and flows of a story. And, you know, when we talked to Summit, you know, Twitch is not the same way it used to be. You know, me and Towelliee kind of vibed off stream, and he was like, it's rough in these streets as a content creator on Twitch, because everything's starting to shift towards IRLs, in real life streaming, where people are streaming their lives instead of actually gaming. And for him, he's saying, he's grateful to be consistent and still have a community in World of Warcraft. But he's been, grinding for 15 years straight on the exact same game. He does go off and do different things. He's getting ready to play Battlefield 6. Pragmatic's coming out. He's excited for that. And for me, I've been having a hard time trying to find a game to get myself excited about when it comes to playing video games, right? Right now we have Marvel Rivals. It's a great game. I enjoy playing it. It's awesome. It's free to play. You have microtransaction. But as far as that single player game, we're waiting for Resident Evil 9. I've been playing Resident Evil since I was a child, from Resident Evil 1 all the way to Resident Evil 8, which has all been amazing. And then after that, you have Onimusha, Way of the Samurai. I played Onimusha 1 all the way to Onimusha, I think the last one was Dawn of the Warrior, Dawn of the Samurai. So I'm excited for those two games to come out, but those games will come out to 2026. And boys, we're still in fucking 2025. So your boy's in a drought. I need some more gaming content. And to be able to buy about and talk to him about MMO, where World of Warcraft has been the best, still the king ding-a-ling of MMOs. And then you have Final Fantasy 14. When that game came out, that was breath of fresh air, because if any of you guys are still here and you guys have played an MMO, if you wanted to tank, you have to make a tank. If you wanted to DPS as that tank, and back in the day in WoW, when you're a prot tank, that's what you could do. In order for you to switch your talent tree, you have to go to, Orgrimmar or Stormwind, and you have to pay, the talent tree. Each time you kept on paying to switch back and forth, the goal will go up. But when Final Fantasy 14 came out, it was revolution, because it was like, this guy can tank, he can heal, he can be an archer, he could be a dragoon, he could be whatever you wanted to if you put the time in that skill tree. And I love that. And then for the game to start from A Realm Reborn to go all the way to Endwalker was absolutely cinema if you ever played from the very beginning to the end. Now, I did go away from Heaven's Ward once we started fighting them fucking goblins, but I didn't like the way the story was taking a turn. Then I jumped back on track. I did the same thing with World of Warcraft. I played Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King. Once I played Cataclysm. Then once a Mist of Pandaria came out, I was like, I'm out of here. And then Warlords Draenor played. Then Legion came. I came right at the end of right at the end of Warlords Draenor, played through a little bit of Legion, played through all the Battle of Azeroth, played through Shadowlands. The once Shadowlands kind of ended, I was like, okay, I'm done. I didn't like what they did with what's that Banshee Queen? I forget her name. The Banshee Queen of Undercity. I didn't like where the story is going. And then when they locked up Illidan with Sargeras, I was like, okay, this is bullshit. But other than all, I hope you guys enjoyed this chat with Towelliee. Like I said, I can talk all day when it comes to gaming, because gaming is my number one passion, and it always will be my passion. So if you guys enjoy this chat between me and Towelliee, please leave a like, subscribe. Also, hit the bell to go live, and let me know in the comment section down below, because we're always getting involved with the chat. What was your guys' favorite game growing up? Were you into PC? Did you play Diablo? I feel like Diablo is kind of fucking lost right now. Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction, and Diablo 2 was always my favorite version of Diablo. Diablo 3 was kind of good. Then they implemented the Rift system. Then Diablo 4, it was kind of like just wasn't as good. It was pretty dark, but I just felt it was meh. But I just love gaming. I just hooked on the Nintendo Switch. Me and the kids just played Mario Party 1. It was amazing. I just love gaming, man, and I hope one day gaming can get back to a point where it was in the early 90s, early 2000, maybe, mid 2000, 2005, 2010. But yeah, I love gaming. I hope you guys do too. So leave a comment, subscribe, hit the bell to go live, and we'll see you guys at the next episode of the MIGHTYCAST.